I wanted to kind of talk about like I think like artists, food and drink streamers, makers and crafters, we tend to stick together because we
Yeah.
are kind of like we're the small fish in the big pond, right? Like we know Twitch, streaming platforms are gamers, and I take pride in the fact that Andy and I have done the most collabs together, and we don't do games. Like we've never done a game stream together. It's been basically brewing an art together, and we found a comfortable niche. And some of our brew pop streams, I think we want to bring in some other food and drink streamers and do like a three-way collab kind of thing. So
Check out the mature content on that stream.
whoa, yes. Okay, wait, never mind. No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Thank you, Shayna. Thank you, Shayna.
Well, I was gonna say, like, Kanar, if we collab again, maybe we talk and bring Andy, and we bring you into our brew prop because you have the Friends cookbook, and you did a couple Friends streams.
Yeah, I did a whole thing on a whole month on Friends. We did Bob's Burgers.
Yep.
I'm looking to purchase two other cookbooks. I put them in my wish list so I wouldn't forget them. One is the Golden Girls cookbook. Come on, the Golden Girls.
Well,
There's a hard realization at the Golden Girls is when you find out how old Dorothy. So when they talk about the Golden Girls, you got Dorothy, Blanche, and Rose, and they talked about like what their prospective ages were that they all ended up together, and I realized, oh, I'm in the Golden Girl category. I'm in the Golden Girl category for sure. I love the Golden Girls. I do. Hello, Dip. Welcome on in. Nice to meet you. And what's the other cookbook I was going to do? Oh, well, the other one I put in there because I played Destiny 2. They have an entire Destiny 2 cookbook. And I've never cooked anything from games. I was a part of Elder Scrolls Online for 5 years. When it first came to Xbox, I started like 3 weeks after it showed up on Xbox. E-Rock was the one, he went from PC to Xbox the minute it was available. They have a lot of recipes in the Elder Scrolls cookbook. I thought, man, I might need to do that too.
Sweet.
I was watching Audrey, and she wants to make that weird truffle. Ooh, told her to talk to you. Which truffle?
Is it the Jennifer Aniston one?
Oh, the trifle. The trifle.
Oh.
Yes, I made the trifle. I made Rachel's trifle with the hamburger, guys, and I ate it.
That's awesome.
I didn't eat all of it.
Devium. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of food in games, Shayna. There's entire cookbooks based on games and the food that's in game. Elder Scrolls has a huge food because you actually have to make recipes. You actually have to make food that enhances your character, like your strength or your stamina or whatever, but also gives you other buffs. And then there's quests that you have to do where you cook up the food, you turn the food in, and you get a reward or you get a prize. So yeah. Which Golden Girl would you be? You know, that's a good question. I think, and everybody always says, like which one they identify with, and I would have to say, I'm a lot of Rose. I believe in kindness, being kind, but I'm very pragmatic like Dorothy, and with a little bit of Blanche on the side. You got to have that little sauciness going on over there. So I would have to say I'm kind of I think we're all a blend of all three, but mostly I would if I had to pick one, it would probably be Dorothy. I'm definitely a Dorothy. I'm one who's like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do something. You're going to like it. And then I'm going to give you a piece of my mind if you come back at me with sass. I love Dorothy.
Karmic Bob asked, I would be a combination of Blanche and Rose.
Blanche and Rose, Karmic Bob. Karmic Bob's got some sass.
No, he asked me, and I think I'd be Blanche and Rose, like that being nice, but being
yeah, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. All right, guys. So I don't want anybody to freak out over here. Am I washing my cast iron pan with soap and water? Yeah, I am. You can wash your cast iron pans with soap and water. You don't have to. I'm not talking a lot of soap. I'm just using a little tiny soap to take the bacon oils off. We're going to wipe it out. I'm not leaving the water in there. But let me tell you, my pans are very well seasoned. That one that's in there right now with the chicken almost has a mirror finish on the bottom. That's how much I've cooked on that one. Oh, Oh, you know, our brains are not wired to remember names. Our brains are wired to remember faces.
Yes.
Our brains are also not wired to remember small details, like you stand up because you're going to go in the bedroom to get something, and you stand up, you get halfway there, and you're like, why was I going to the bedroom? Sophia. Instantly, I thought of something else, and the name came to me. Sophia. Sophia was Dorothy's mom.
Yeah.
This is a pan I'm in the
Sorry, my
process of
timer.
refinishing. Oh, your timer's up? What's going on?
My timer just went off, and I have to. We're done. We're done mashing, and the timer I forgot is a boat horn, and it just went off, and it scared me. Like,
Guys, if you don't know this, he has even sound alerts that his family can trigger that does this loud noise. And I know he has heard these things 100 times before, but his reaction to them are priceless because they still get him.
I just had a convulsion right now, and like the girls love my oldest daughter, who she might pop in. We did the scary stream, right, with Jess. And
Yes.
she would, like, people could click the thing, the channel point thing. It will whisper her or Kelly, and one of them would come scare me, and she would come scare me, and then go back to her chair, and then like clip it, like, thanks, kid.
It's like, that's evil.
Get ready to
That's evil.
It's pretty great. Well, there's one of the clips. She actually came into my office and was behind my chair, and I didn't know, and then just stood up and was like, bleh, and I jumped. Like, it was like Nathan Lane in the Birdcage.
Oh, that is such a good movie.
Oh, it's so good.
Has everybody here seen The Birdcage? The Birdcage. Good night. That's a totally different movie. That's like something being Saw. The Birdcage with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane. Such a good show. Yeah, and what's interesting, Shane, is Estelle Getty was younger than B. Arthur at the time, but played the mother. So they really had to age her with makeup. Matter of fact, watch the first couple of episodes and look at Estelle Getty's makeup, and then look at like season 4 and look at Estelle Getty's makeup. They made her look really, really old and really aged in the first ones. And she's like, look, I am not that old. I mean, I understand you have to age me, but I'm not that old. Yeah.
Oh, look at that color. Look at that. So now we're rinsing here. We're getting our first look at the color of this. That's a beautiful
Check that
color
out,
there.
guys. Oops.
Boba Tinkle. Bob, wait, I gotta turn the camera back. Bob,
Wait, I want to put this over here. There we go. Oh, wait. That's neat to watch that just like filter in. Now, are you monitoring the temperature to make sure the temperature maintains, or is that the hydrometer that you have in there?
So the thermometer is there. That's just when we check the gravity, we're going to get a sample out of that into our test tube again.
Okay.
And we have the temperature correct. So the hydrometer is set for 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So this will be about 130 degrees Fahrenheit. So we want to temperature correct it down. Basically, the water in Lucy, our liquor tank here, is 172 degrees, and that temperature, 170, 172, stops the enzyme conversion from starch to sugar. So as we drain, we're fly sparging right now. We're draining and rinsing at the same time. So we don't have to monitor it too much, but this is the point when I started streaming, we would use the cam mic. Like, this would be our microphone and this camera, and people would be mad that there was like rushing water. We just have to sparge. You have to balance between going too fast and then going too slow and getting like random bacteria. Now, we will boil this for an hour. That will help kind of kill off anything that gets in there that's in the air. But you don't want to go too fast, because what happens is if you sparge or rinse too fast, like Jared does, you leave some sugar in the grains. So you go nice and slow. Like an ounce per hour is an ounce per minute is about what you want to do. So
there's a science behind brewing beer, guys. There's a science behind brewing beer. Hi, Mr. Fabrizio. Hi, Dana's Kitchen.
It's like art and a science, all in one.
So when you have this and it's fermenting and it's doing its thing, I'm thinking like when I do like my ferments, I like to ferment between 70 and 75 degrees max. That's like where that's my golden point for all of I do for the food fermentations. Is that the same for beer? And if you live in Chicago, it gets extremely cold in Chicago. We don't turn our heater on. Our house is always 68 degrees. Always 68.
So
So,
It's my office. I have a thermometer. During the summer, I'm about 70 to 75. In the
okay.
winter, I'm like 60 to 70. If I close the door, I can watch it. We turn the damper from the bedroom, like we switch it, right? Um, so depending on the yeast, like different yeasts do different things. Like this yeast, this
Okay.
Irish red, like 69 to 75. No, sorry, 62 to 72. So this is a good wintertime yeast because it will still be active. Ale
That's
yeasts
so cool.
tend to like 65 to 75 degrees.
Okay.
There are some hothead yeasts that go up to like 90 degrees. Um, and then
Wow, that's
lower
warm for a ferment.
for an ale yeast it is, but
Yeah.
that helps our friends like in Arizona where they can't get it colder than like 80, 85.
There you
They
go.
can use that yeast and get ale characteristics. One thing I haven't been able to do before I got the kegerator was lager yeast. I've been able to
Oh,
do like a hybrid ale and lager yeast
okay.
where you get lager characteristics. So ale yeast, when it ferments, it's a top feeder. It forms a krausen on top of the wort, on top of the beer, and it's a top fermenter. A lager yeast goes from underneath and it kind of stirs from underneath.
Oh, that's
Lager
interesting.
yeast like 40 to like 55 degrees depending on the strain. Um, we actually did our first. We did I think with Andy, we did our Back to the Future one. We did a spruce lager where we actually lagered it, fermented it in our kegerator at like 50 degrees. Um, Before that, I've used like the hybrid yeasts. So you can
How
ferment
hot does
from
it
like
get there for
35
you
degrees
in the summertime?
here,
What?
like 90, 100,
Okay.
depends. And we also have the humidity then too,
Yeah.
which
Okay.
sucks. Like I feel like we're same like we're just as far north. I think we're close here between the you and I. We get a lot of humidity here, so we get the heat
Yeah.
and then humidity off the lake. Like it's not like Florida humidity, right? But it's still
But still,
not fun.
humidity makes things feel hotter. So like when I'm doing
Yeah,
ferments, like if I was doing I don't like to use summer cabbages. I like to use winter
mhm,
cabbages for my sauerkrauts because if they've been touched with frost, they're sweeter. But sometimes I'll make like a late season, and because it does get hot here. I mean, look at this. This last June we hit records. We hit 118 degrees here in June, not June, July
ooh,
of this last year. That's just crazy heat. So fermenting is very challenging because the inside of my house at that time was like
mhm,
86, 88 degrees, which for me is too warm. So I will take an ice chest and I will fill
mhm.
it with cold water and I put my crocks so the water comes at least halfway up. That kind of cools
Yep.
them down and keeps that temperature down. That's like for food ferments. Not can you do that for beers if it got too hot? Can you if you don't have a kegerator type thing? I mean, can you put those? That'd have to be a big
I
container
actually
though.
I actually had looked at doing something similar, like in the closet in the fourth room,
Okay.
taking like that inch and a half thick like insulation and building basically not a koozie, like a cooling chest where you could take a
Okay.
fan with ice and do
Yeah.
like similar thing. But the friends chipped in and got me Keggy Bundy, and it didn't dawn on me right away. I'm like,
I love the
I
names you
think it took
have.
till like last November. We didn't actually think of that name until like last fall. That we had it like 6 months, and they're like, you know what? We missed an opportunity. We need to change the name. Yeah, swamp cooler. Thank you, Brian. Yeah,
Swamp cooler, yeah.
we we had talked about doing like a swamp cooler, but then we got Keggy Bundy, and I'm like, well, now I can just ferment in there. Like, I want to take so it's a mini fridge, right? I can show this. It's a little mess here. But turn this camera around. Keggy is a one tap kegerator there, and I want to add in two more taps because I can fit a 5 gallon
Oh,
keg
wow.
and then 2 gallon and a half kegs. But then I want to be able to pull the CO2 for soda. I want to start doing some sodas this year. Like Brian and Jess and their kids like soda. The girls like soda. Have
I want a lime
like a
jalapeno soda
oh
with just
oh
a hint of
oh.
jalapeno to where there's just a hint of heat.
So I'm gonna do this on my channel. You can do an exclamation point brew this,
That's what I want. I
and
want,
we let everyone kind of suggest brews or sodas, and then it puts it on a list.
oh, I like that. So Dan and I were
Mr.
talking. He's going to
Felicio.
do a hard root beer and a kids root beer. Root
Yep.
beer initially was an alcoholic drink. It wasn't like the A&W root beers that we have, in soda pop cans today and everything. Um, the good. But are you going to grow your? I want him to grow his own sarsaparilla. So you need to get on that.
Well, our landlords live downstairs, and they love plants. I think they want to have a garden, and I'm for sure going to ask about growing some sarsaparilla.
That would
I
be
like doing
so cool.
I want to grow hops too. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm going to ask about that. But we've done a series of historical brews. Like we've done an ancient Egyptian beer, we've done a couple Old West beers, and I've done a couple of World War II era beers. Um, my
Oh, okay.
grandfather served in World War II, so like we researched a bunch, and we
Oh
did
my
one
gosh.
for a friend Battle Reed, who serves. But we did one. It was a 1945 era pilsner. We even went and found. It's called. I'm gonna geek out a little bit. The font we used in the label was called Victory, and they actually went
Perfect.
through Europe and they went through like photographs of all the graffiti of all the Allied forces as they went through, and like they retook like the towns and like during the Victory March. They took pictures of all of the graffiti and they turned it into a font and they named it Victory Font.
We're gonna turn
So,
this.
but we want to do more historical brews. We did our third Back to the Future beer was like an Old West brew, which they didn't have refrigeration. They dug a hole and they put the barrel of the beer in the hole, and that's how they kept it cold.
Look how
But like
they do kimchi in Korea. They would
yeah,
dig the
like
holes
you
and
would
they'd
get
sink those crocks down there.
yeah, like the
Same,
Old
same
West brews
principle.
had like winter green flavors, like sarsaparilla, like mint as well, and we did like a minty kind of like lager, for lack of a better term.
Okay, I can say that's one flavor I would not want in a beer. Mint. I don't want
Which
a
wintergreen
peppermint
or
beer.
mint?
I don't want a
It
peppermint
actually
beer or a
it actually
spearmint beer.
wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was more like a hint.
It's kind of like drinking a beer and brushing your teeth.
It yes,
Not gonna happen.
yes.
Not gonna happen. No. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Dana and Mr. Fabrizio, sorry about that. Hello, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in today. We're doing a collab today with Dan over at Fourth Room Brewing. And there's a link. If you click on that, you can watch us side by side and you can interact with both chats. So that way you can kind of see what he's talking about. So he's brewing a red ale for us today. I'm cooking up a dish to go with the red ale. So I'm making a paprika roast chicken with a little bit of onions and garlic in there. I put some red beer into the braising sauce for the chicken. And I'm also doing some drunken potatoes, which have some peppers and some fresh bacon. The smokiness of the bacon is going to lend well with the beer. So we're cooking up some good stuff here. Thank you, Shayna, for doing that. I'm over everything pumpkin. Last year in 2020, so when everything went to because of COVID, last year in 2020, in the middle of September, somebody was posting face masks that were pumpkin scent, and I'm like, that's it, I'm out. I'm done. Nope. I don't want.
I like a good pumpkin spice latte, but that even for me, that's too. No,
That was
no.
that was just a little too much. It was like, yeah.
Yeah, no, that I can't.
It's like that was like it's like
I
that's.
will wear my Uggs and my leggings and my flannel and get a pumpkin spice latte, but I can't do nope.
Come in and here's poop sounds from Kanara. Hello, Sir Grunge. How are you? Nice to see you today. We're doing a collab with Fourth Room Brewing. So head on over to Dan over at Fourth Room Brewing, and if you do !collab, COLLAB, that gives you the link, and you can watch us side by side. So it's kind of fun. Dan, that's right. Dan's the man.
Oh,
Dan is. Sir Grunge
so
is in the
Blacktooth
house.
is one of our home brewing friends, and he's part of Traveling
Thank you,
Circus
Andy.
Brew Company, and they've been working on trying to open down in South Carolina. Blacktooth, good to see you, dude.
I love, these communities are just absolutely fantastic. It's so nice I like that our families are meeting, I like that our families are meeting. Our chicken is almost ready to come out, and I want that to rest for a little bit. I'm gonna let that cook for a few more minutes. My potatoes say they have about 10 minutes, so actually maybe I'll let that sit for a little bit. Oh, and then I was gonna do, how much time do you have on your end, Dan, roughly? Give me just a guesstimate.
I've got 2 hours-ish looking at where we're at draining, and I have to boil.
Okay, then I can do a dessert. I've got time to do a dessert.
I'm going to. Now 12:29. Yeah,
So
about
what
2 hours, I think.
Thank you so much for that follow, Kritzian76. Welcome on in. Happy to have you here. Happy to see you here today. We are doing our wonderful collab. So I'm experimenting. So what I did, you guys want to know a cheap way to make caramel?
Yes.
Crypto Dugan, thank you so much for that follow. So here's a quick, easy way to make caramel. Now, normally we take sugar, a small amount of water, we just kind of swirl it around, we put it on the stove, we bring it up to a medium heat, and we begin to cook it till, and you don't stir it, you don't touch it, because otherwise you'll get crystals that form. You never stir your sugar. That's a lot of work. So for me, I buy a can of sweetened condensed evaporated milk.
Ooh.
Take the label off. And they have different cans. They have cans that have the pop tops. If you can get them without the pop top, you'll have a better success rate. The pop tops sometimes can cause issue. You're going to put it in there sideways like this. You're going to cover it with about this much of water over the top. Bring it to a boil. Reduce the heat down to a simmer. You're going to let that go for about 2.5 hours. Put a lid on it, and then you won't get evaporation. You don't have to keep adding. You don't have to keep. You do have to keep it submerged. Let it completely cool. When I open this up, it's going to be caramel. And you can make a whole bunch of these, and then you just have them on hand. Just write the word caramel on top so you know that this is it's called dulce de leche. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking some of this, scooping some of this out. I'm going to cheat. I'm using canned biscuit dough. It's good for everything. I don't like them as biscuits, but I like them for desserts. Roll those out, put a little bit of the dulce de leche on the inside, pinch it shut, put it into the cast iron pan, dust it with cinnamon sugar, and bake them. It just sounds really good. And I'm like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for Suki's in the house. Hello, Suki. Don't forget, guys, exclamation point merch in my channel. You get the limited time t-shirt. These are only here until the end of December. And it's for our theme in December. We're doing true crime and ho-ho homicide. That's how I do December. I am a true crime person who I love this kind of stuff. So we're going to be talking about some food crime, murders that happen. We're going to be talking about a couple of people, their last meals. We're going to recreate their last meals. This is not to give homage to the people, but really interesting on some of the last meals that people come up with and everything. So yeah, we're going to have some fun. That's right. Go over there. Boom. I have them in short sleeves, in the dark gray and the forest green. I have them in long sleeves, and I have sweatshirts. Okay. So if you guys want to get your thing on some...
I need more hoodies.
Ho homicide. I don't do hoodies. I can't sit in a chair with a hood, and I can't stand the feeling of a hood there.
Fair.
I could put them on a hoodie. I didn't think about that. I could go do that because maybe people do want hoodies. I forget that. Here, I wear long sleeve t-shirts. Everybody does short sleeve t-shirts and hoodies. Nobody does long sleeve t-shirts. And that's what I wear 99% of the time, is I wear long sleeve t-shirts because it's just the perfect temperature. I don't get too hot. I don't get too cold. It's perfect. So yeah, we're gonna make some dulce de leche stuff, something with something on it.
Devium.
I don't know.
Oh, Devium, that hurts my heart. My marathon win hoodie is a zip up. I haven't shown you guys that. I gotta.
No one does hoodies. I'm with you, Devium. I don't do hoodies either.
Hoodies.
Maybe if it was a zip up, but like sweatshirts, I don't even wear sweatshirts a lot. Sometimes I'll get up in the morning, it's cold, I'll put a sweatshirt on before like we get the fire started or something like that, but then sweatshirt has to come off. But I always wear...
So this is, I did
bomber
the
jackets.
artwork that Andy did with our beer heart, right? With the wings of my own.
Wait, let's see.
Kelly's name
Okay,
on it, right?
that's clever.
But wait, there's more. Let me change scenes here. On the arm for this year.
Let's see this.
This is the only hoodie, only one that exists. On the sleeve, my 2 marathon dates.
I love that.
And then, I hope that's in frame. I can't even tell.
I did it. That is amazing. I just did it again. Exclamation point amazing, please.
This is my, I splurged and bought it for myself. I made it.
I love how it zips up and it brings the wings together like that. Thank you, Andy.
Like,
say that word way too much.
Like even in the zip, they even printed on the zipper line, so like it's a continuous pattern. Like it's to the edge. Like that is
really slick.
Cool.
That is slick. Who did you have? Who made that for you?
I used Printful. I have my own shop.
Printful,
and,
nice.
I did it through Printful. Yeah, they've got good stuff.
Yeah, the funny part, it says only 9 times. It's a lot more than just 9 times. But I figure if people don't do exclamation point that word after I say it, you don't get to count the ones that I said like last stream. for 26 times or whatever it was.
This is why we have a snort command in my channel and an A snort when Andy makes me snort. We have 2 counters.
Snort and A
Every time I laugh,
snort.
I snort. Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. I like that. That's good. Yeah, I didn't realize I could do counts like that. I'm still learning so much about Twitch, guys. I've only been streaming since January. I'm still a relatively new streamer, but I've gotten some wonderful. Okay, so that's interesting. I joined Twitch back in 2016 just to secure my name, and I used to watch some people on Mixer, but I didn't watch food and drink on Mixer. There really wasn't a big food and drink thing on Mixer, so I kind of like watch. If somebody was playing a game that I knew, or somebody says, "Hey, this is a friend of mine. Can you come over and support?" Boom, I was there to watch. And then when I like get ready to play a game, I was like, "Ooh, do I want to do this game?" Instead of going to YouTube, I'd go over to Mixer to see like who was playing Subnautica, and I could actually watch the gameplay and ask questions, which was kind of cool. But I never wanted to stream on Mixer. It never even crossed my mind. So back in August of 2020, I have no idea why I turned on Twitch. And I wish I could remember why, because I hadn't logged on to Twitch since I created my account. And then I went, I know what it was. I went to Mixer, and I remember all the brouhaha about Mixer going, well, bye guys, we're out. Mic drop.
We're out.
And I was like, but wait, there's some people over there that I follow, like DJ Blue PDX, who's a DJ Mixer. I followed him. I watched a lot of his shows over on Mixer, and some of the other gamers and stuff that I used to enjoy watching. And I was like, what the heck? And I found out a lot of them were migrating to Twitch. So boom, I come over to Twitch. I find that they created their accounts, and so I started following them all again. I started watching them, and I went down to the thing. I was like, oh, they have a food and drink category? Let's check this out. So I started watching some of the food and drink things. I thought, oh, this is kind of fun. And of course, now I've been sent home from work. You know, on March 21st, I think I was sent home from work, and I didn't get to go back until October. So I was like, I don't like downtime like that. But I was like, I need to do something to keep myself busy. And I thought, so I started watching food and drink streamers. I thought, what do I like and what don't I like? You know, what keeps me engaged inside this? And I thought, what perspective do I have to bring? There's people out here cooking that, like Chef Nagin has cooked for Michelin star chefs. I mean, that's some serious bragging rights right there. You know, that means you know your stuff if you're able to cook for Michelin star chefs. I thought, who's going to watch me? Yes, I'm culinary trained and I did my own personal chef business, but I never worked in a restaurant. I don't have all that skill set. I did 3 months because I had to for my externship. But I thought, I'm going to bring my perspective, because everything I do is food safety and preservation. And I realized there's not enough on here for food safety and preservation. There's a couple of streamers who are wanting to do some canning streams. And I said, I want to support you 100%, but please don't use a bad recipe. Let me know what recipe you're going to use. I'll tell you straight up if that's a safe and tested recipe, because I don't want you putting something in the jar that could be a deadly stew. Those are bad. Those are bad. So I think I'm almost at 100 or just over. Oh, for the A snort. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to have to go over there and make sure I'm going to listen very distinctly for this, and so I can type those in. I'm going to be tuned in.
The part about food and drink on Mixer is that didn't exist until about 2-3 weeks before Mixer collapsed. It was
really?
So a lot of us would use just the creative category on Mixer, and then I push. I'm like, I want food and drink. Like, you have food and cooking, make it food and drink. Like, food and cooking is redundant. So they made the change, and like then that was like February, March that year, and then like June, they're like, yeah, we're gonna close. Bye.
Oh, that's just. And I will say, I like the interaction on Mixer of how you could post things, that you could use like GIFs and stuff like that. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. Speaking of creative, 7 to 7, another one of our friends from Mixer, another artist. The dude's hilarious. Give him a follow, guys. Hey, 7, how are you? Guys, if you're not following Kanara, hop on over here. Here's our recipe today. Click her name, give her a follow.
Go follow Dan.
Watch us both here on the Rare Drop.
Go follow Dan.
Look at the ET Atari emote.
All right, these are just going to sit there. They're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty tasty. They got some color on the top. Let's bring those over. Let's bring these over so you all can see these.
Ooh, we're going to taste the grains here in a second as well.
Now, remember what I did last stream? We're not going to do that this stream. Look at those chickens. Look at those chickens. Oh, it smells so good.
Oh, I bet.
I would eat this for breakfast. I could definitely eat this for breakfast. But what we're going to do is, I'm going to move one of these little chicken things over here. We have this sauce with the onions and everything in here. We're going to take the chicken out. I'm going to put them on a plate to rest, and I'm going to thicken this up a little bit with a little bit of potato starch, and we can use that as a drizzle on our chicken. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I like it like that. I like it like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boop.
Hold on one sec.
Wait, I gotta move this over here. Oh, I've got my glove on. No wonder I can't use my trackpad. Do you think an instant read thermometer is better than a dial? Hands down, every day of the week. But make sure your instant read thermometer is calibrated. All your thermometers should be calibrated. Now, the instant read thermometers you can't fix if they are not calibrated correctly. A dial thermometer you can adjust if it's reading too high or too low. So what you're going to do is that you can take a pot of boiling water and make sure it reads 212, or you can take a glass, fill it with ice and cold water. When the ice stops to melt, put your temperature gauge in. It should say 32, 33, right around inside there. I'm going to let this sit over here. That's going to keep that chicken warm. All right, we're going to move this over because I'm not going to use this quite yet. But on the dial thermometers, so real quick, safety. This pan just came out of a 400-degree oven. Because of that, put something on the handle. That alerts anybody who's coming through your kitchen. Now, granted, it's just me and Derek, but I can't. Sunday, I put a pan on the stove that I had taken out of the oven. I forgot about it. I didn't put the thing, and I went and I grabbed the handle, and that came out of a 450-degree oven. And your hand says, that's hot, let go. And your brain's like, hang on, give me just a couple more seconds to register the pain and go. And so, yeah, you end up with a nice mark. So make sure you put something on here that lets people know that you have a hot pan. A hot pan. And those potatoes are almost done, too.
Yeah, though. Like, that's, yeah.
Oh, I can't tell you.
So we're having a
Go ahead.
DoorDash issue. Our lunch person apparently picked up our lunch, and then they just took it, so.
Did they quit their job and like, it's like, yeah, we're out.
I don't know. Like Kelly's on the phone with DoorDash. Like, she called the restaurant, like, yeah, that was picked up. But the driver's like, yeah, it's mine.
What? Okay, somebody should either get fired over that, or they've quit their job. And I mean, okay. Let's ask the question, Dan. What did you order?
It's Chipotle. Like,
Okay,
burrito bowl.
so
I'm guessing Kelly had a similar thing. So
if you're a DoorDash driver, if you want to steal somebody's food, wait till somebody orders the expensive stuff.
right, like a lobster and steak. But if you're gonna order DoorDash like steak, that seems a bit like just make the steak at home.
Oh, can you imagine what the steak would taste like after it got to your house?
It would be rubbery.
All right, so I am using potato starch. When I do gravies, when I do anything I'm thickening for food, I use potato starch over cornstarch. They're going to react the same way, but cornstarch to me sometimes can taste grainy on the palate, and I don't like that. The potato starch doesn't. So I had a little bit of chicken stock left over, a little bit of the potato starch in here. I'm just going to pour this in here. That'll let it thicken up a little tiny bit. If you guys want a clear stock, though, I will say this. If you want a clear stock, you're going to want to use arrowroot, or you're going to want to use clear gel, which is a modified cornstarch. And the clear gel and arrowroot will actually give you a transparent stock, whereas potato starch or cornstarch or any of those is going to give you an opaque sauce. Oh, this smells so good. Oh man, this smells good. I appreciate your hints. Oh, well, Raven, we're all about the hints here. I only added about a teaspoon of, but you can see, here we go. You can see this is starting to thicken up already. I'm just bringing the heat up just long enough to get this has a lot of residual heat already from the oven, so I don't really need to cook this for very long, and I don't want it thick. That's probably about as thick as I want it, so I'm going to turn this off. There we go. This will sit here and stay warm. If it binds up a little too much, I'll add a splash of fresh beer. We'll make this happy.
I like the splash of beer.
All about the splash of beer.
I'm for it.
But what do we do, folks? If I had a mic to drop right now, I'd be slamming that mic on the ground. I'm telling you guys.
Mic slam.
Oh, this would be a. Oh.
So that's a win. That's a win. Is that what we're hearing here?
Oh my gosh. Okay, but here's what we're gonna do. I'm just kind of curious. I've got that flavor going on in there, the caramelization. Let's try this to. I am so happy right now. I am so happy right now. Oh my Lanta. Oh, wow, that is good. You know, do I have any parsley in here? I don't think I have any parsley. Hang on real quick, guys. I'm going to step out and cut a little bit of parsley. I want to put some of that on the as a garnish.
I'm visiting Keggy Bundy and saying, hey, getting a little bit of a dill hole. It's our strawberry blonde ale. Our dill hole trio.
Dill hole.
So in our family, I started this. This is one of the beers we'll have in the brewery. It's a term of endearment in our family with the girls and Kelly and I, and we named a beer that.
That's pretty.
Look how clear that is.
So we had dill hole. I want to hear more about dill hole.
It's a strawberry blonde ale, and then when I hit 100 brews on Mixer, we decided to do a batch with champagne yeast, and I haven't brewed it without champagne yeast since because the strawberry flavor I describe is if you've ever had Special K with strawberries, like they have the freeze dried strawberries in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of strawberry flavor you get, and it's on an ale. It's very dry. It's easy drinking. It's a good one.
I freeze dry my own strawberries.
Oh.
I do have a freeze dryer.
Oh my.
I freeze dry a lot of stuff.
When I do fruited beers, I do like frozen fruit because it's pretty sterile then.
Andy.
Oh my. Andy, oh my. So there's a label Andy did of the Dill Hole Trio version. It's her, Jared, and I like hugging, like a prom pose kind of a thing, and yeah.
I love that dill hole though. Why is this
So that's,
acting all wonky? There we go.
We got in trouble. Like Twitch wouldn't let us have our dill hole emote, so we have it kind of it's a dill pickle slice right there. So it's kind of there, but it's not the same.
DJ or Dave, can we give permission to Andy to post?
Oh my, yep. I look pretty in my dress.
You're so pretty, yes indeed.
That was one of the pretzel things, is wearing the lederhosen. What was it? The dress, the dirndl. That was one of the challenges we had.
I think if I do this, hang on, is it permit? Andy. Oh, thank you, Girl Who Bakes. Why didn't that work? Maybe I don't have the permit thing turned on. Do I have to turn something special on? Maybe I'm missing something there. Andy, if you send that link over to the Girl Who Bakes or Dade, they will post it, and after stream I will figure out that permit thing. I apologize for that. I'm leaving that on there.
Kelly is turning into the DoorDash folks, and
Thank
it's
you,
scary
Erica.
and hot at the same time.
You know what? I think you should call DoorDash and put them on speaker and say, hey, just so you know, me and another streamer are co-streaming together with all of our viewers, and everybody can hear this conversation. Just so we're straight up on that, and then lay into them.
Kelly, like everybody's like, is that Kelly yelling at DoorDash? I'm like, maybe.
Go Kelly, go Kelly, go Kelly, go Kelly.
She is getting them. She's getting them good.
Kelly's like,
she put them on speaker. Uh-oh.
Yeah, put them on speaker and bring them in here.
Kelly, come on in. Just grab the other microphone.
We all want to get in on this. Oh my gosh, that is hysterical. You guys, I'm going to hang on. I'm going to share my desktop here real quick. I want you to see this. This is what Andy McFly made. Hang on, I got to figure out how to do this. I don't remember. Hang on. Is it this? Okay. Okay. Look at this, guys.
Oh no. Oh no. Yep. And Jared with the strawberry pasties. And Andy's like, I don't want to be here.
I like how she's like, ooh.
Yep. She's like, I don't want to be here. I rode with them, but I don't know them.
Oh, that is hysterical.
Yeah.
That is absolutely hysterical. That is awesome. Okay, let's check our potatoes. I want to see where our potatoes is. Where are our potatoes at? Oh, that one's still like way.
Guys,
Okay.
I'm not going to put my hand in that hornet's nest. I'm going to stay in here because, like, the worst was when we went to buy Dolores, our Mazda. That Kelly looks younger than she is. Like, she's got the good genes, right? She's a lawyer. She's been around. She's been practicing law for like 17, 18 years.
Yeah, I don't want to go toe to toe with her.
No, but like, so the guy's like, well, little lady, he like starts mansplaining to her.
Oh.
And I legit grabbed my phone out of my pocket, took a step back, and I started texting my dad like, I'm now going to talk to you because Kelly's yelling at the guy, and I'm scared, but also kind of turned on. I was like, oh god, she's here. Get the
Womp,
mic. Just come on, like, this is great. Like, everybody hears you. Oh,
You'll never find. Dun, 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 dun. I'm tempting this with foil because the potatoes, remember it said cook about 30 minutes? And I was using small new potatoes. They're still quite firm, so we're gonna let them, Aspie, hello, did you get everything decorated? It's more of a, guys, the photo op is done, guys. Oh, I'm not signed into my Instagram here because I want to make sure that I'm following you. I'm pretty sure I am, but I want to make sure, but I have to get on to my, oh wait, can I do that from my phone? Oh no, I can't do that from my phone. I can't do that from my phone. Ask me, do you have your tree up? Do you actually have your Christmas tree up?
There we go. So I've told Kelly she can keep yelling, but she's gonna go into my office and she's gonna go in the fourth room and close the door. So we may not have any more beer because she's not happy. She's not happy right now. So we're good. Oh, cooking with Kate. Hello.
Cook with Kate. Oh my gosh. Raid Hive. Oh my gosh. First of all, guys, we need a huge shout out for Cook with Kate. I was watching her this morning. She was just finishing up her 24-hour stream. She celebrated her 1-year partner anniversary. Talk about a milestone.
Yay.
Talk about a milestone. Oh my gosh. Hello, guys. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Kanara. Today, I am doing a collab with Fourth Room Brewing. If we do ! Collab, you can kind of watch us together. But Raiders, if you guys could do me a huge favor, help this lady out. Right down there is my logo. And I'm laughing because I'm having such a good time. If you guys could click that logo, that brings you right into my stream. Kind of helps with my numbers later on if I ever need to use the darn things. But welcome on in, welcome on in. We're having a lot of fun today, guys. So Dan over at Fourth Room Brewing, ! Dan, is brewing a Kanara red ale type thing. And I am cooking up, we're doing paprika smoked chicken. Kim Marie, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate that so much. Holy Toledo, 8 months. We almost have our Twitch baby. Thank you for the follow, Flower. Oh my gosh, you guys. Holy Toledo. Thank you, Aspie. Thank you, Aspie. This is a lot of fun. So, Kate, how did the tamales come out? Because I had to leave before I got to see the tamales, and I want to know how the tamales came out. I'll tell you, she was a trooper. She was a trooper. She even did like fake tattoos for people who sub and stuff like that. Maple, awesome. Thank you so much for that follow. For those who are following, you now have a seat at the infinity table. Unlimited seating, get to pick out whatever chair you want. Dade has a recliner chair. Crocs has the ugly green beanbag you see over there. Brought to you by infinitytables.com. Not a real site, not sponsored, but you get the gist. So we just took out some, we have our chickens. We have our chickens from the UK. Welcome on in, Mikey. So this is our paprika chicken. We're gonna pair it up with the potatoes here in just a bit, but the potatoes weren't quite done. We have time, and then I think I'm gonna work on a dessert. So I took a can of sweet condensed milk. We boiled this for about 2.5 hours. This is gonna be caramelized now. I'm gonna stuff this in some biscuit dough, pinch it shut, sprinkle some cinnamon sugar on it and bacon. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Hello from the U.S. Dan! Dan!
Oh. Anything. I'm just sitting
Dan!
here. I'm sparging.
Dan. You know I'm gonna be paying it forward.
That's fine. Pay it forward. That's what I like about Food and Drink on Twitch is that we pay it forward.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna pay it forward to you.
No, with other Food and Drink folks.
I'm gonna do pork chops tonight, cheddar mashed potatoes, and some kind of salad or veggie.
Ooh.
What veggies do you have, Aspie? Oh, Dan, stop it. See, even Aspie's giving you the what.
Well, Aspie, what did I do? I'm dealing with grains and wort. It's fine.
XYZ Witch, hello, nice to see you. Welcome on in. I hope I didn't miss a bunch of other follows. I'm so sorry if I did. Oh my goodness gracious.
All right, now can we get a guest time from one of the mods in my channel? We're gonna see how well we did at converting starch to sugar. And getting it.
You had me at dessert. Nom, 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 nom.
Nom, 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 nom.
So for those who came over from Kate's stream, I'm in the state of Oregon, United States. I also work for Oregon State University. I am a home food safety and preservation specialist. So we talk a lot about food safety here on stream, preservation, exclamation point Discord. If you guys would like to join the Discord, I post all the recipes in there. I have sections on there for canning 101, water bath canning, pressure canning, all that kind of stuff. Anything you guys have questions on that, have a great rest of your stream. I will leave your stream up. Raven, thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate that very much. I love my lurkers. I love my lurkers. Hopefully those potatoes will be done soon. So we're going to take, and the nice thing is we talk about safety and keeping foods at temp. I have 400-degree temperature coming out of that's on this chicken. It's not going to continue cooking the chicken because it's an ambient heat that's coming off, but it's enough to keep that chicken warm enough that I don't have to worry about it getting too cold or cooling down a little too quickly. Oh, let's put those into a baggie. I don't need those right now. I don't remember who it was that said this. When you go in my pantry, if you turn to the left, you go to Narnia.
Oh, Narnia, nice.
So I should have a sign up. I should put a sign up, with like a left sign arrow that says to Narnia. Somebody, Dave, remind me of that, please. Oh, Shayna always types up notes for me. Shayna always types up notes. Bless that woman's heart, I swear. I treasure my mods. I absolutely just treasure my mods. But yeah, I need to get a sign made that says to Narnia.
Yes.
To Narnia, hang a left. So we have the parsley for that. I don't have a green veggie, but I could just do like a little side salad. I'm trying to think of what the flavor profile is I want to put on that. I definitely don't want to do a vinaigrette because I don't want the vinegar with the beer sauce or the beer flavor. Mish Mish! Thank you so much for those biddies, Mish Mish. And Mish activates the hype train.
Yes.
Mish Mish coming in here. Tooting her horn.
Mish Mish is awesome.
Mish Mish is my adopted niece. I'm her auntie. She calls me her auntie. And I love that so much. Oh my gosh, her plating on food, guys. It's just a work of art. Morbid Mistress. Love the username. Love that. Morbid Mistress. You're going to follow in with that username really well with my December theme. Ho ho homicide. Ho ho homicide.
So I have to ask, for holidays, do you consider is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Thank you.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and anybody who says it's not, you're wrong.
Is must be TV here because he's wrong.
He's wrong. It is a Christmas movie.
Thank you. It is. So was Gremlins because it happens at Christmas time.
Yes. But I do have a question. Does anybody know? Mish Mish! Well, Mish Mish, thank you so much. Uh, let's see. Okay, here's where. Okay, and I was glad I was right on that. So here's why Die Hard is a Christmas movie. So first of all, it takes place
It
during
happened.
Christmas time, right? So that's our first thing.
The soundtrack. Yep, the soundtrack is all Christmas.
All
music.
Christmas music. But you know the other thing? It was released in July. And remember the old thing? Christmas in July?
Yep. And it was a Christmas holiday party.
Right? Christmas, hands down. Christmas. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Doing absolutely fantastic, Morbid Mistress. Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for that follow. Thank you for that follow, North Encounter. Thank you, Shayna. So if you do exclamation point merch, limited time t-shirts for the Ho Ho Homicide, limited time. They're only gonna be around until the end of December, and then they go bye-bye.
Stickers, Kamara? I gotta ask for a friend.
Yes, I've got, I don't know where they are. Oh yeah, I do. I had these made. I don't know. I'm going to have some other ones made that are a little bit different. But I do have, you want me to send you one of those? It's all.
Well, I put it on Bubba's lid because Bubba has a lot of like streamer stickers on his lid. But
PM me your mailing address. PM me your mailing address.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get that taken care of. Thank you, Suki. Yeah, that's where you can get the shirts. Ho Ho Homicide, baby.
Yes.
That's how I do
need one of
Christmas.
those.
That's how I do True Crime. True Crime. That's a cute sticker.
It.
Yeah, it's a picture of Lady Belle Blue. She is my pride and joy in this kitchen.
Hey, is Andy still here? Because I need Andy
Yes.
to DM me her merch store for her because she has some of the Disney Princess brews.
Ooh,
I want to make
Andy.
a demand for that.
Calling Andy. Please see Dan in aisle 4. Andy, please see Dan in aisle 4. Or Andy, please come to the front
Andy?
desk.
Oh, we're 81% of a hype train. Well,
It's like, please come to the front desk. Would Andy please come to the front desk? Your lights are on.
Andy, you left your lights in your car on.
I know. Is there a way to do a double-sided sticker? I don't know.
There, Sticker Mule has a thing.
Did you see that?
I'd have to find
Dan?
it. I've seen the ad on it. I'm over here with Bubba. I'm about to get
Dan?
into it with Bubba.
see
So
that?
what?
Dan?
Did you just finish your hype train? Good.
Oh, did you see that?
Dan? Oh, Dan.
What?
Oh,
I did
Dan.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna wash out Bubba. So we hit 84.2% efficiency.
Okay. Is that good?
So that's not bad.
Okay.
It's better than last time we brewed this beer. So
What would be like the prime? What would be like the prime percentage?
I aim for 80%. So the fact
Okay.
that when we go over, so last time we did this, we hit 80.2%. We hit 81.4. So we're more efficient. So, there's a lot of factors. Could be the amount of grain. Could be temperature control. So.
Dan over there being a little too hot? Hmm? Feeling
What?
hot,
I
hot,
didn't-
hot. I can't believe I had
Get
that.
to guess, Brian. I'm sorry. Give everyone wins, then Brian. It's fine.
There we go. I got more. We got more. Had to add. Dan's always doing something, right?
Dan messed. That's fine. I gotta wash out Bubba. We're gonna get intimate here with Bubba. So if you don't like lewd things, you might want to look away here. 'Cause we're gonna scrub Bubba's plumbing out, if you know what I mean.
Do it slow. Be gentle.
Oh, I will, and I'm gonna make eye contact too.
And don't forget, send flowers afterwards.
Maybe some chocolate.
Oh, it's kind of fun being on mature only. Mature only on. I still don't swear on stream. That's one thing I don't, and I don't care if people do. I really could care less. It doesn't mean I don't swear. I've never sweared on stream. When I'm on Xbox and party chats, I don't swear. If I'm playing a game that's really getting me aggravated or whatever, I don't join party chats just for that reason.
No, that's the danger zone.
Exclamation point English. If somebody can do that in chat. Manoni, sorry, we only do English here. Oh, I think she sent a message to you in my chat. Manoni. She did an at to you. But I don't speak to. How do you play Fortnite? I don't play Fortnite. I've never played Fortnite. I don't like things with PvP. PvP gives me gas. And that's why on Destiny, I'm never going to get enough of the I'm not going to get any of the catalysts for a lot of the weapons because they want you to go do PvP. And one of them, it's bad enough. Okay, this is me in PvP, screaming and running away from the people with the guns when I should be turning around and shooting them in the face, but I can't because I freak out and I run. And I have to get 100 grenade kills, and I'm like, not going to happen. Twitch system broke. Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, she was thanking you for the gift. She was thanking you for the gifted sub.
Oh, okay.
She was thanking you for the gifted sub, yeah. Thank you for the follow, Spectre Vision. I appreciate that. We're getting close to 2,500 people, 2,500 viewers, guys.
Yes.
That blows my brain housing group. I mean, it's like, and just a bunch of confetti comes out. Just confetti everywhere. And you know what? A little bit of glitter. Who doesn't like glitter? Who doesn't like glitter, right? Oh, it's all about the glitter.
Yeah, we've tried a glitter beer a couple times.
That looks like a plate to me. What is it that you're cleaning there? I don't see you getting your hand in there.
This is Bubba's false bottom.
False bottom.
It's steel, punched steel, and cut in a disc. So what it does is it keeps the grain on top and then liquid. It lets the liquid get underneath so we can get into our brew pot.
Gotcha.
Just the liquid and not
hi.
a lot of grain.
Hang on, I'm gonna come back over. Absolutely, this is fantastic. No idea how I found you, but so glad. Spectre Vision, thank you so much for that. That is an absolute lovely thing to say. That does my heart good. Thank you. That puts a smile on my face. That makes me happy. Amy, how are you doing today? Happy Wednesday.
It's like Bubba Spanx. Yeah, Jess, you're right. It's kind of like Spanx for Bubba. It keeps the things where they should be.
Trevor. Oh, that's right. Amy's from the Drumsy video. So guys, for those that don't know what happened, I tell you, it absolutely blew my mind. So Drumsy comes over. I had no idea who Drumsy was. I'll be honest. I'm very naive when it comes to like the big streamers and the YouTubers and stuff like this. And he brought over his posse, his gang posse. And one of them said, hey, would you do the hokey pokey for $100? And I see silly stuff like that in chat all the time, whatever. And I was like, oh, you mean would you put your right foot in and take your right foot out and put your right foot in? So I did the entire hokey pokey, and they tipped me $100.
That's awesome.
I was blown away. And then it was like, and then the other one went, I couldn't help it. I love her. I had to, and then another one tipped $100. And I was like,
dude,
okay,
awesome.
that was that. And then, so then one day it was like 2 or 3 weeks later, I start seeing all these follows. So-and-so followed, so-and-so followed, so-and-so. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm getting bot rated while I'm offline. So I go through and I ban them all and I make them all unfollow. And I was like, but to a few of them, I had sent a message. Hey, I noticed you followed while I was offline. How did you find my channel? And they're all coming back. Oh, Drumsy's video on YouTube. Wait, what? And so they sent me the link and I went over and watched the video. And they were so kind to me. They were, I mean, just an incredibly gracious group. And it was wonderful. Awesome. But all those people, I deleted like 40 people that had followed me. And it happened like in an hour. And I'm like, well, I wish I had those 40 people, but hopefully they'll follow back. Hopefully they'll follow. Asbraza, that's right. Hearts, all the hearts.
I love it.
Oh, so wait, don't delete him yet. Don't delete him yet. We're gonna block that. No. We're gonna put him on a timeout. But Asbra, let's start with this. Let's start with learning your manners. When you walk into my living room, my dear, you're walking into my home. You walk in with a mouth like that, I am not above taking you in and washing your mouth out with soap if I had to. But that is rude, it is uncalled for, and how dare you do something like that? And you are a very sad, sad individual if that's how you have fun. So good day to you. Mods, Banhammer. Bye.
Get 'em.
Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Okay, don't even salt for this.
Your bandnation of folks visiting. I can, unfortunately, I can top that story. Remember the Hoss?
Oh, yes.
Accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Dan thought he'd be smart before, one of the long run streams. Kelly dropped me off, and I thought I had set the bot to ban those names. No, it was banning every single person that came into my chat. So I yanked the cord out of the camera, pulled my phone out and called Kelly. I was like, "You have to rush home right now and turn the bot off."
Oh my
It was
gosh.
banning everyone.
Oh my God. I would have a panic attack.
I did. Like, I went like 2 miles on my own. Kelly had to drive home, turn the bot off, restart it, call Brian, Irony of Brian, one of the mods, and figure out how to turn that off, and then unban it. It got banned.
Was one of your mods able to log in? Do you have like a super mod that could have logged in and turned that off for
No.
you?
No, they got banned too. Brian. Is
Oh,
super
that's
banned too.
horrible.
Yeah. It was.
Oh, that had to be a lot of work getting that done. Oh, thank you, Morbid Mistress. You were so welcome for that. You
Thankfully,
deserve that.
Kelly and Brian got it handled quickly, and it became the story of the day
Thank
to
you,
all of our
Mish
friends
Mish.
on Twitch.
Oh.
Oops. So
Yeah,
the
that-
moral of the
oh.
lesson is don't try new bot stuff at 5 in the morning. That's a bad idea.
I mean, some of the bot stuff that I've had that I've tried to activate. I'm gonna start activating. I figured out, so for my chat, I figured out something fun yesterday, and I figured out how to have them do exclamation point redeem and space and then like a word, and it'll play a sound wave. I didn't know you could do that. So now I'm going through and trying to find sound waves. One, I've got to make sure I'm not violating DCMA. And oh, thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Aspie. I don't want to violate DCMA or anything like that. So I'm not going to do like a lot of music type clips.
Yeah.
But I want to get clips from, and it's hard to find clips from the shows that I watched because back then they didn't do clips. You couldn't stream it and just grab clips and whatever. So we're gonna add some fun stuff on there. We added new channel points in, so we got new channel points going on. I've got another new channel point I'm going to be adding called tips and tricks or something like that. I'm going to shorten that down to where if you redeem it, I'll give you a tip or a trick, and you have to determine if it's a valid tip or could it be a trick.
I like that. I like that
You
a lot.
just never know. You just never know. I'm looking forward to coming over to your stream, Dan, and having Bubba sort me into a beer category. I want to see what Bubba's
yes.
going to do.
I know what I'm doing tomorrow during the workday. I mean, what? No. It's a really good idea, and I'm kind of bummed I didn't think of it because it's a really
That's
good
okay.
idea.
I bequeath it to you.
Love
I
it.
bequeath it to you. Morbid Mistress, that's
This is
totally
why I
fine.
like
Some
collabs.
people like to chat. Some people like to do a lot of different chatting and everything. Some people just like to lurk and listen, and all are welcome because it's a wonderful diversity. Even you might be learning something, and maybe it'd be hey, I want to participate in that, and then you can do so at your leisure and what you're comfortable with doing. You don't have to chat. I'm from Drumsy too. Shush, hello, thank you for coming in. Shush, subscribe. Shush, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that. Technical difficulties. That's a good name. That's a good name. I should have been called Canara 404 Error. I thought that'd be kind of fun to do. Oh, shush, thank you so
share
much
that
for
link.
that. Oh.
Julio, feel free to share the link in chat. If we can't, one of the mods will give you permission. But
Randy,
share it
thank you
and,
for the follow.
Go vote for Julio.
We're having fun today. We're doing this is my first collab. I've never done a collab before. So Dan over at Fourth Room TV, is doing a red beer that's going to have a hint of smokiness into it, and ale, and I am doing a paprika chicken, which is sitting over there resting right now. I'm going to check my potatoes here, and then I'm going to do a dessert with caramel because we have to. Thank you, Shayna. Yeah, there's the Discord. Join the Discord, guys. I'll have recipes and stuff in there. Get in there. Get jiggy with it. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Get jiggy with it. I used to sing that song to my daughter when we'd go and she'd have to get her braces adjusted. And she'd be like really, and I do weird things. When I used to read stories to her as a child, I do like all the voices. I love doing different voices and everything on there. We even have a redeem for me to do a voice. And so I would do this type of thing, and the song by Will Smith would come on, and we'd be driving, and I'd get jiggy with it, and just something stupid would just, and she started laughing, thinking it was funny. So I thought, oh, good, that gets her mind off of it, and then she's not dreading going in, because it's never fun to get your braces tightened. Let's check our potatoes. Potato, potato. One thing I've learned, if you have on mascara and you open up an oven door, open the oven door, wait for a second, then lean forwards, because it will actually melt your mascara. And instead of having this beautiful eyelashes, you'll just have three clumps that look like daggers. So Dan, whenever you wear your mascara, make sure that before you open up the oven, you kind of like just let that heat come out first. Otherwise, you're going to end up with mascara daggers coming off there.
I'm gonna name a beer mascara daggers.
Okay, now these are getting much better. Let's give these a quick stir. No, let's just throw them all over the stove. That's a better thing.
All right, guys, do me a favor. Brian just shared a link for Fulio. Click that link and give her a vote.
What are we voting on?
She's in a competition. We want to vote for her so she wins.
Come on over and send that link to. Come on over, send that link to one of my mods, and my mods will post it here too.
Okay. Fulio's an OG friend from back in the Mixer days. Yeah.
OG.
Give me the emails.
OG. Thought only my sister did that with makeup. Ghost Bobby, I'm telling you. And here's the thing: is I know it's going to happen, and I still do it. But it's weird, and you'll actually feel it, guys. You won't understand this. I mean, unless you do the whole makeup thing. I think every man should be put into full makeup at least once in their life, so they understand what we go through. And we don't do it for us. So, but you'll actually feel it. You'll feel your eyelashes go. It's the weirdest sensation. The weirdest sensation. Oh my goodness gracious. So technical difficulties. Did you come over from the raid? Did you come over from drums? I'm so bad at doing this because I like to know where people are following me from. So do you come from the U.S.? So all those who have been following, tell me where you're from. I don't need exact address or the last four of your social security number. Maybe the Visa card number and expiration date and that little 3-digit number on the back, but Fulio Games. That's another good name. So let's put this onto, when we dish this up, I'm going to put those into a little bowl. We can set up, I'm working on, okay, so where I'm standing here, from the UK, that's awesome. I have people who watch from Scotland, England, Wales. I also have people who are over in Finland, Norway, and Sweden. And I think one from Denmark. I think I have one here from Denmark. Isn't that a beautiful thing, is that when you think of how the internet made the world that much smaller, but we connect with people all over this planet. Mm-hmm. And that is like so flipping cool. Okay, let's just take the parsley and just put it all over. Okay, let's move this over here. So because we're doing a red ale, I went with a red towel. Kind of a collision of word, kind of became a collision of well, I don't know how to say this open like this. It was an eye-opener to me when you realize that you're talking to people from a different country that you never meet normally, because I don't do a lot of world travel, so I'm Oregon-based, California-based, because I go down to visit my folks and stuff like that, but it's just incredible. And there's me from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I'm not doing the dance right because I'd throw out a hip and end up in traction. I would be like, okay, and she's done. They have a beautiful festival over there every year, though. I mean, music and, just a wonderful, wonderful festival. Gosh, you know what I need to do?
What?
I need to create okay, Shayna, I need to create an online map, a world map. And then I'm going to create a form that people can go on and fill out, just like general country or state or whatever. And then I'm going to put virtual dots, and we're going to show the world, and we're going to have dots of where all of the viewers are coming from. I love this. We're going to show all of, and here's the interesting part is, Dave knows this one, 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon. Mm-hmm. How close are we all? Wait, I'm in the PNW, Fulio Games, Oregon. I'm in Oregon. Where are you at? Where are you at? Fulio Games, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. PNW, baby. For those that don't know, PNW stands for Pacific Northwest. That includes Oregon, Idaho, Washington, Wyoming, and people even consider parts of Montana. Oregon. I work for Oregon State University. I don't work up on campus in Corvallis. I work in the extension field. Central Oregon, I love that. Can we get a hype train for Kanara? You can sit on your hands, Dan. And I mean that so seriously. I've had two today. It has been amazing.
Oh, did you see that?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
That's 2 people. Let's go. 1 more.
No, I don't. If y'all want to donate money, go over and donate !Dan. And that last link is his running team and everything that supports Dan and his quest. He's running 3 marathons next year. 3 marathons, guys. Each one of these marathons is over 26 miles. That's a lot of running. And he's doing that because he's representing the 3 people every 3 minutes that somebody's diagnosed with leukemia or lymphoma, which is a horrible blood cancer. He is out there representing, raising money for awareness, getting this thing cured. And Kimberly, yes, 3rd time is a charm.
Oh, did
Ghost
you
of
see
Bobby, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Morbid Mistress. I still love that name. I mean, that's another thing. I should make up like, oh, I'm doing another thing. I'm writing a song about some streamers. So we're going to see how that goes.
Go on.
Well, I don't want to give it away yet. But I have to have... I gave something away once before and another streamer did it. And I was like, man, I shouldn't have said anything. So now I'm like, so I'm trying to write up a song and if I can get it done in time, it's going to celebrate my 1-year anniversary in January. Julio Games, thank you for your sub.
Mods, can we get an hour timer? We are at a boil.
Ooh, magic's happening over there. Need
the big spoon of stirring.
Okay, when my husband brewed beer for the very first time,
Yeah.
we lived in Victorville, California. Kimmery coming in with a whole bank of subs. Kimmery, thank you for the 5 subs.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, one of the users that got a sub was Casey Smokey. What a perfect name, right?
Did you see that?
Umdog got a sub. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh,
That's
did
awesome.
you see that?
Thank you so very much. Oh my gosh, you guys, the generosity is just absolutely mind-blowing to me.
Oh, did you see that?
We're going to pay this forward. We are so paying this forward. I already forgot what I was talking about. I just get flustered when you guys just...
Cameras, do you brew beer? Tell me.
Oh, no, I don't brew beer. Oh, that's what I was talking about. So when he was cooking it, when he was cooking the mash or whatever it was, back when my daughter was younger, we had baby formula. Thank you for the bits, Anonymous Cheer. But you had to cook it. And it smelled like baby formula to me. I don't know why. Not a lot of people are familiar with the smell of baby formula. No, I just like it, and my name is Kim. Oh, thank you, Kim. It's Kimmers. Kimmery. Why am I saying Kimmery? You're right, there's no Y on the end. Why am I saying Kimmery? Thank you for calling me out on that, because I don't like it when I pronounce people's names wrong. My name gets mispronounced all the time, but that's okay. It's a weird spelling. And actually, it has technically my name has an apostrophe between the H and the N.
Bori.
It's my Klingon name.
Hi, baby.
It's my Klingon name.
Bori's talking to me. Hi, Bori.
Bori?
I made the mustache just for you, Bori.
Hola, hot in Miami. I'm just going to call you Kim. Do you prefer Kim or do you prefer Kimmers?
Yeah.
Which do you prefer? I like to go by what you prefer to be called. Just not late for dinner. Never late for dinner.
Hey-o.
Those potatoes are almost done. I can start to smell them right now. We're going to let them cook for about another 5 minutes max. Yeah, 11:30. We're going to plate. We're plating at 11:30, people. And then we're going to work on dessert. I told you all this is going to be a long stream today because we got stuff to do. We got collaboration going on with Dan over at Fourth Room Brewing. Why do I keep calling you Dan at Fourth Room Brewing? Was your name, did it used to be Dan at Fourth Room Brewing?
Well, it was fourth in brewing. Now it's fourth in TV to try to like do more than just brewing.
And that's true. Dan at Fourth Room TV.
Admiral. So our friend Admiral, he's poor man's John Oliver. He looks just like John Oliver.
Oh my gosh. Let's move this. We're going to move this. We're going to put this here. We're going to put this
Guys,
here.
do me a favor if you're in my stream. So we have a command here. Admiral, gift Admiral subs to random stream. If you go out and you explore, you cast your net wide on Twitch, maybe you find a pool, hot tub, and beach stream you like, or an animal stream, or a food and drink stream. Give Admiral a sub, but let's expand his horizons. He loves it.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And Admiral just bought a house, so he needs to unpack.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations, Admiral. All right. So I'm trying to think.
And when I make the pea beer, like peas, like the vegetable,
Not urine.
Peas. Right, no, right. It's in Admiral's honor.
Oh. Does he not like peas? Or is he learning to like peas?
I found the username. Hopefully I'll be able to type it in your chat without getting in trouble.
You want this for lunch?
This is the username I found, and that's what I'm going to name the beer. And yes, it's a thing. People have made that kind of beer before. It's still made in Lithuania.
Okay, we're going to plate up these potatoes. Oh my gosh, those are so hot. Holy Toledo.
Get those.
Holy Toledo. Those are warm on the old fingeroonies. Let's do this. And I'm going to move this back over here. Look at that. It's kind of quiet. I have to crank my volume up. Darth, is it on my end? I know my mic sometimes is quiet. I still can't figure out the gain on my mic. It doesn't want to gain up. Actually, I don't want to do. I'm going to do one more purple potato because let's do this one. These are going to have a little bit of heat. Remember, we have the jalapeno in here. We've got a jalapeno in here. Taste the peonies. I like that name. I like that name, Dan.
It made me laugh. I'm like, I'm gonna have to uni.
And Dan.
It's like a
Seems like on your end, but it's all right. Okay. Oh, technical difficulties. Thank you for the hydrate.
Uni, how are you? Can we get a shout out for Unicorn Gaming?
Oh, I love roasted potatoes. So these potatoes, we made a sauce with inside the potatoes with the peppers, the onions. We have bacon going on in here, a little bit of goat cheese, a jalapeno, and then we just roasted those up. And I think we're going to go with this one right here. Man, these are still pretty warm. Let's put this here.
Sorry, Darth.
Okay, the rule is once you put something down on a plate, I didn't follow my own rule, but when you put something down on a plate, you leave it. You don't move it. And of course, I moved the chicken. I forgot that so now I have to kind of wipe that up. I don't want to put the sauce directly on the skin. I want the skin to be crunchy. Oh.
Jess, I'm going to need that in a DM. Jess picked up a cookbook called You Suck at Cooking.
Oh, I want that.
I need to get that.
I want that.
That's freaking great.
You suck at cooking.
It's a recipe for diet ice pops. Is it water?
Hey, diet's a 4-letter word we don't use around here.
Yeah. It's a lifestyle change. It is. It's nice. Yeah, I need that.
Drunken potatoes.
Look at
The sauce I could probably, let's put a little bit of sauce. Let's put a little bit of parsley in that sauce too. I don't like just the.
That's amazing.
And I think I love the thing I love about adding parsley to things. Not a lot. Don't give me a big old sprig of parsley on the side. But if you guys do get a dish, okay. If you guys do go to a restaurant and you order your dish and they bring you that little sprig of parsley that's on the side of the plate, don't just leave it there. Kind of tear it up or shred it. Use your knife, kind of cut up. Sprinkle that over your food. It adds a brightness to your food because of the that green. It doesn't taste like grass. I mean, but it's going to add a brightness to the food. It's going to add a freshness to the food. It's a wonderful thing to do. So there we go. So we have our wonderful drunken potatoes. All the goodness. No, that light's not turned on as bright as it should be. Dan, you need to come over and get a plate, dear, because obviously DoorDash isn't doing it for you. DoorDash isn't doing it for you. We got to get you over here. I got to get a picture of this. Normally I take pictures from the other side when all my stuff is gone. Let's do it like this. And how do I tell it to use my flash? Can't you force it to use your flash?
You can. If it says automatic flash, like push that and then say use the flash.
No, it shows the light and like, hey, the flash is going to go off if I need to, or it says I can turn it off. Should be a flash button. Riker, that's a good name. That's a good name. Or should I call you number 2?
Ha!
Okay, let's see if I can brighten this up in my.
Yes, just the lightning bolt.
Yeah, but if I tap the lightning bolt, then it puts a circle with a slash on it.
Tap it again.
Say done. Okay, hang on. Camera. No, it just goes on. It does either the circle or no circle. There's got to be a way to do this. These newfangled phones and their technology. Click it again. Ann Bacon. Ann, hello.
Yes.
Ann's a personal friend of mine. She's one of my Master Gardener friends, although I don't do as much with the Master Gardeners anymore. How are you doing? Okay, can I do it like this? No, I don't want to. No, and I don't want to take a time-lapse photography. Maybe of me eating it, but not of me. Okay. So, oh, wow, that's like really bright. Okay. Okay, guys. This is how muted star. Hey, I have to say, and the flash every time. I can't figure it out on this phone. I can't figure out how to tell it to say yes. I want the flash. But what's so funny, guys, is I'm holding up my phone to take a picture of this. I just want to kind of have it adjust to the light real quick. And I'm like, oh, I don't want them to see my mess that's sitting over there. And I thought you guys were, I don't know. It might be sensing. That's what I'm wondering, if it's sensing the amount of light. Okay. I don't want that piece of parsley there. Get away. You're bugging me. Hey, I said go away. There we go. Let's turn it this way now. You know who I need here to come over here and take pictures? And can we get a shout out for Muted Star, please?
Hi, Star.
They're amazing. I mean, they stream individually, but amazing. Let's put it this way. That's better. Yeah. Oh, darn it. There's my camera. Hi, camera. Wait, do what I tell you to do. Stop arguing with me. All right, that's going to have to be good enough. And then we're going to start on dessert. But you guys, we have to taste this. I'm ready. That sauce, I already know that sauce is amazing. Ah, dang it! Exclamation point amazing. Jeez. I can't believe I did that. Thank you, Dan.
I help.
Those are good. So don't forget, if you guys want to watch both of us, that sauce, I'm telling you, well, I even dipped the potato in there. But these need a little bit of salt. I didn't want, remember guys, when I did these, I didn't want to salt them.
Oh, did you see that?
Wait, gifted a sub to amazing. Oh, you, gosh dang it, I fell for it. Okay, well, I guess okay, somebody can do it twice now. You can do exclamation point amazing twice. I know I put a lot of salt in there, but I eat a lot of salt. I like the salt, but these potatoes are pretty darn good. Yeah.
All right, we're We're boiling off our wort here. I've got about
Mm.
48 minutes left. Yeah.
No.
Tempered, no, you didn't. Don't lie. Actually donate. Do it. You won't.
12 times.
I'm trolling
So,
your trolls.
Do you have to
Sorry.
worry about how
Sorry.
hard it's boiling and having it reduce? Is there a problem when it reduces?
So we wanted to reduce. I know about where my gear goes. It's about
Okay.
3/4 of a gallon for an hour. So on this burner, the small batches, that's about what it is. On
Oh,
the
did you
bigger
see
batches, I
that?
have to use the other side of the stove and 2 burners,
Okay.
and it's a little less.
I like that.
So
Goes to Bobby,
You just
giving a
crank up
sub
the-
to Ann. Thank you so much for that.
yes, Bobby. Like Bobby Boucher.
Oh my gosh. That beer sauce that we made, guys. Oh my Lanta. Oh. It almost has, there's like undertones of like a mushroom flavor.
Oh,
Very light undertones. We didn't cook with any mushrooms, but man, this is like really, really good. Okay, this is scrum. Woodstock shrooms.
yes.
Woodstock shrooms.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly those.
Yeah. I don't know if it's from the smokiness of the beer or the umami flavor of the beer, along with the shallots, along with the garlic and everything. But man, that is some good sauce.
Awesome.
Now, I couldn't thicken it before I canned it, but I wonder if I could. I would probably just freeze it. I don't think I'd try and can that.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the bacon and the jalapeno in these potatoes. This is good grub, people. This is good grub. Oh, thank you, Shayna. Yeah, the merch guys, Ho Ho Homicide. For those of you who are true crime fans, if you know somebody who's a true crime fan, this is the shirt you want. By the way, this is designed by Dade. Dade is one of my mods here. So Dade did this whole Ho Ho Homicide thing for us.
Love it. Also, B, we decided, and Kanara was the deciding person. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Watch. He's gonna rage in my chat in 3, 2, 1. It's gonna be all caps. It is not. Just wait for it. It's gonna happen here, Kanara.
Wait, what?
No.
I'm sitting here stuffing my face. I'm sitting here stuffing my face. What do you want me to do? I'm ready. Everything is better with bacon. Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, I do need to do a dessert. Man, this is good. Okay. I wonder if my earbud died. So I don't hear it. There we go. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Kelly.
Okay.
She came in. And
Oh, okay. I thought, oh no, maybe my thing died. All right, let's work on our dessert. I'm gonna put this chicken over here so this will stay hot. We're at 400. We're gonna turn that down to about 375 because I'm working with biscuit dough. Let's get out our can opener here. Not the garlic press. Okay, so remember, a couple days ago, I took a can of sweetened condensed milk and I covered that in a pot of water. We boiled this for about 2.5 hours. Thank you, Dade. Oh, any true crime fans of the last podcast on the left? Ow! So that's something that Muted Star, if you would send me a whisper, I'm going to add that to the list because I want to put a list of good true crime podcasts. Let's face it, we need that. Okay, guys. So this is what happens when you take. Y'all know what a condensed can of milk, not evaporated milk, but the condensed milk. But this is what happens when you boil it.
look at that.
Look at the. Hang on, look at the spoon. This is what happens when you boil it. It comes out into this wonderful caramel. Look at that. Wonderful caramel goodness. Now, yes, I will have to take my lactate pills to eat this because this is a dairy product. Even caramel is a dairy product. It's worth it. It's worth it. I want to see the caramel out of the can. There you go, Shayna. Oh, here. All right. And what's neat is that you can make this and use it for like anything that calls for, here we go. Anything that calls for caramel, you can use this. It's amazing. If you want a darker caramel or a thicker caramel, you can see how smooth this is. This is, it does kind of look like peanut butter, technical difficulties. It really does. That is, now, because I put saliva on this spoon will now not go into here. Now, that's not so much for safety. It's just Derek and I. That's the only ones who are going to be using this. But what happens is the enzymes on your saliva, if you take a bite of yogurt out of the container and you put it back in, you notice it gets runny. It starts to get kind of like, it thins out. Gravies will do that. This will do that. Your enzymes from your saliva begin working on that and can actually make things too thin. So about 2.5 hours. About 2.5 hours. So I put it in the pot. I turn it sideways so that I can make sure I can cover it with about 2 inches of water. And I put the lid on it. That helps with the evaporation because I don't want it to evaporate. And then I can make 2.5 hours. You can go 3 hours, but it will get pretty stiff, but it'll be a much darker, richer caramel. But it's so good.
It looks good.
Ooh, that's how I buy. I buy the lactose-free milk. But this wasn't a whole lot of milk in that little bit that I licked there. But all right, let's make some. So what I'm thinking, we're gonna move our potatoes over. Can I pick that up? Yes, it's hot, but it's not gonna kill my fingers. I'm gonna take this biscuit dough. We're gonna kind of roll it out into a disc. Put some of that caramel inside of it. Pinch it closed. Put them inside here. Powdered sugar. And we're gonna bake it. We're gonna see what happens. Right, wrong, or indifference, something's going to happen.
It's going to be good.
I think so. Oh, that's a little piece of bacon. Bacon for me. Okay. Only because I don't want to take out my giant container of flour. I only need a little tiny bit. Plus, it's kind of gross to eat off something and then put it back in. Yes, unless it's just mine. Oh, so technical difficulties. The recipe called for like just under 1/4 pound of bacon, and I cure my own bacon. I'm a big proponent of making my own bacon. So it called for just under 1/4 pound of bacon. We did 1/2 pound of bacon. Because, you know, bacon.
You gotta.
Bacon, right?
That's the conversion factor.
That's
how you
right.
convert it from, yeah.
This is the new math that we like. That's the new
Exactly.
math that we
It's a
like.
fuzzy
You know? Okay, so we have
We're gonna
10.
guesstimate.
Guesstimate. We have 10 biscuits in here. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Dan, you know how you are with noises?
Oh.
I am with canned biscuit dough. I actually peeled one of these open and it blew up as I peeled it. Whoa! I almost wet myself. Oh, okay. Somebody needs to clip that. I need that as a clip. Oh, that scared me to death. Atomic widget. I cook all my stuff in cast iron pans. I have all the different sizes in there. Hydrate. Thank you, Atomic widget. Oh my gosh. Like that, right, Darth? I've only had that happen like 3 times in my entire life. And of course, this one, it has to.
Perfect.
Yeah, Shana, we did an entire bacon prep. So what I did is we trimmed the bacon up. We got it into the slabs. We talked about nitrates versus nitrites. And when you prog powder number 1 and prog powder number 2, and talked about the different types of things that when you're curing if you're curing anything under, 9 to 10 days, you can cure it with just nitrites. And you can also use the Morton's Quick Salt or Tender Quick. I prefer the prog salt number 2. If you're going over that though, if you're getting into that 10, 15, 20 pound range, you need to use the prog powder number 1. I might have this reversed. I have to go look at it. Oh, my nose is running. And that has nitrates and nitrites. So, and that's a very important thing when you're curing meats, is to understand the nitrites versus nitrates, and you got to pull all that moisture out. So, oh gosh, that gave me a heart attack. Oh wow, my heart's ticking right now. I got to tell you that my heart is ticking right now. All right, well, it's always a fun time here in Shrein, right? All right, let's put some flour here. Jeez. All right, how you doing over there, Dan? Somebody send a noise alert so Dan screams and he's in the same spot that I am.
Nope. We don't need that. It's fine.
Let's give Dan a nice sound alert. Thank you. Thank you, Darth. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Let's do... All right, let's move this off to the side here just so I can put the... We've refinished some cast iron on stream before.
Nice. Yeah, we got like 35 minutes. We'll add the wort chiller in 25 minutes, and then the last sack of hops at 5 minutes to go. So,
Gosh, this is getting exciting.
Where you don't have a lot going on. I like these where it's pretty low effort. Can just kind of hang out and watch.
It's when you get to visit.
Yeah.
I really enjoy visiting with, with my chat and stuff like that. I started doing some just chatting streams, and I need to get back into those. So those are kind of fun because then you really get to sit and visit, with your community, and I absolutely love that. Okay, so I'm not sure.
Like running around the kitchen doing anything. Yeah, you just.
Yeah, not washing dishes or.
Yep.
Okay, so those. I thought I just brought over a.
Kick save. A Smith Creek Seltzer Smoked Lebanon Bologna Ale.
Wait, bologna? Is that like bologna?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It says he tastes it like smoked bologna. Oh my.
So does corn tongue. We're going to be doing corn tongue here on stream.
Jess just asked in my channel if I thought about making a mushroom beer, and I hadn't until we were on vacation and we went to
Mushroom
the big
beer.
brewery up there. They had a saison that they oak aged and then added locally picked chanterelle mushrooms.
Oh.
Oh, so good. So good. I'm like, I'm gonna do that now. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I'm not sure if these
long
are
answer
right.
short, yes.
So I'm just rolling these up. We're just gonna do these in a little tiny.
Okay.
Oh, thank you,
Wow.
Shayna. Probably about maybe a teaspoon of the. I'm trying to pinch this shut, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not pinching. This could be a total fail. I have no idea, guys. I don't bake. I don't do any baking whatsoever. So this is going to be something new for me. It's going to be something new for you.
We're experimenting.
That's right. Experimentation. I was working in the lab late one night when my dessert puffs gave me an eerie sight. Oh, we're gonna need some cinnamon. Hang on. I've got stuff on my finger here. Where is my cinnamon? I have refilled these jars. I save all my spice jars and I just keep reusing them.
I like it.
All right. Let's
I
get
like
some.
it, Jess. A Gnomy themed. Oh, we did that with Dave from Gnome Brewing.
Oops, I've got some sugar in here. I don't need a whole lot. I should brush those with some. Oh, geez, I just crashed. We're okay. We're okay. Well, let's put a little bit of butter in the oven in a Pyrex dish and get that melting so I can brush these with butter and then sprinkle them with the cinnamon sugar.
Yes.
Oh, God, that just sounds so
All right,
good.
since I'm on autopilot here, I'm going to take another quick health break, so I'll be back in like 2 minutes if that's cool.
You take your time. Take your time.
All right, I'll be back
All right.
in a minute, y'all. Y'all hang with let's get our hype train. Let's go. Let's go.
We're going to roll these out. I like cinnamon. Cinnamon. Oh, gosh, get that in there. All right. Ciao. Hello, Anaconda. I unpacked my spices finally. Oh, my gosh. Shayna, I know that has been such a big job. Moving is not easy. Moving is not easy. I get that 110%. let's do this one here. The moving portion is like, you know, figuring out where you want everything, where everything should go. These are cheap biscuits because I had to go to this little, I guess you'd call it like a little tiny convenience store to get them. So this isn't Pillsbury type thing. Was making the day after Thanksgiving brunch. Oh my gosh, Peanut, how are you? Oh, Raiders, wait a minute. Why didn't my alert go off? Wait a minute. Why did my, Peanut, thank you so much for your raid. Thank you for bringing your family over here. Oh my goodness gracious. Making the day after Thanksgiving brunch, using like all the leftovers from Thanksgiving, like the stuffing and the cranberry sauce. I'm gonna do a leftover theme. I didn't think about doing like a whole brunch. That's amazing. That is amazing. Oh my gosh, I don't know why that alert didn't go off. I am so sorry about that. Thank you for doing the shout out, DJ. That is awesome sauce. Okay, just make sure it's the first time for everything. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? I messed up at least 2 places in the kitchen. So, okay, I did that even here. Because sometimes until you're introduced to your kitchen and you understand, you know, how you're going to work in that kitchen, you know, you don't know how it's going to. Okay, so I'm just going to pick these up. This could ooze out everywhere, which I fully expect it to do. Oh, I love Thanksgiving leftovers. So on the Wednesday before, I am doing a Thanksgiving prep stream. I'm just going to be prepping for getting my stuff ready for the day. And then the day after, I'm going to be doing a stream on repurposing your leftovers. So we're going to do like stuffing hush puppies. We're going to have maybe green bean empanadas, which makes note, I need to make an extra pie crust for that. So we'll have to prep an extra pie crust for that. That's okay, we can do that. And maybe some mini shepherd's pie. Those are all like really, really good. I eat my weight in stuffing though. I am a stuffing gal. Does anybody here know the difference between stuffing versus dressing? Sometimes you hear them used synonymously. Oh, I just put, okay, well.
Ooh, I know.
You do, okay.
Difference.
What's the difference, Dan?
Stuffing goes in the bird. Dressing is not baked in the bird.
There it is right there, guys. There it is. I mean, it's in the word. Dressing is used to put on the side to dress the bird, and then inside it's stuffed. Yep. Look at Dan. Dan's got the knowledge brains. Check out the big brain on Dan.
It's the bald head. It makes the brain. We might stream we're gonna grill or smoke the turkey here. We haven't decided yet.
Oh, I haven't done a smoked turkey yet.
We have I have a charcoal grill with 2 sides, and last year Dan was solo and not paying attention and had too many beers, and it got done an hour ahead of time. So this year Greg, my brother-in-law, will be here, and we can better control the temperature, aka also pay attention to it.
Guys, there's Duna Betty. Duna, you got a shout out a while ago too. I was bragging about you and talking about you.
Hey, Duna. Guys, if you're not following Kanara, please click this little.
Elric and I are going to see Alton Brown the day before. Yes.
Click her name, give her a follow.
Go click Dan's name.
Yes.
My family, go follow Dan. Dan's family can come over here and follow me, and we'll just call it Even Steven. I love that.
Yes, Dave. Yes, there's a sub.
Dave, thank you so much for that sub. Hey, somehow I have a piece of parsley in this. I don't want that. I did one smoked turkey when I was living down in Southern California, and what I did is, and this is kind of like what turned me off to it. I wasn't familiar with doing like a whole turkey. I know more now than what I did then. But I wrapped it in cheesecloth, and then and the cheesecloth had been soaked with flavor, like in chicken stock, and then you just kept basting it. But then when you pulled the cheesecloth off, it was horrible. It stuck to it, something fierce. And it's like, no. So yeah, I want to do another one in my Traeger.
We it's a lot of fun. Like the youngest daughter, I asked her, I was like, "We're thinking about cooking the turkey inside, just like roast it, right?" And she's like, "Could you smoke it again?" Okay.
Dan,
Guys,
smoked
make sure
turkey is
someone's
so
doing it for you.
good. I don't
Oh,
like
it's so,
I don't
so
like
good.
poultry skin in the smoker as much, but the meat,
No.
it's so succulent. It is so succulent and so
Someone
flavorful.
someone mentioned
Got a
Alan
brine
Brown.
for
I use
days.
his brine with orange juice, and it's such a good brine that he does. And we just go low. I use a cherry and applewood.
Yeah, oh
When I
yeah.
smoke it.
Good combo.
So, yeah.
Good combo. Oh gosh darn it, I got more stuff on there. Anne, are you
So
guys
2
going to go
years
see
ago,
the same show? Sorry about that.
I want to. Like Alton Brown is amazing, and I've been a fanboy forever. I have to see when he's coming near here again.
Yeah,
No,
he was
I'm
here
doing, a
in
smoked
Oregon a few years back. We
red
went
ale.
to see him.
Nice. We're doing a smoked red ale in honor of Kinara, and she's using a red ale in some of the recipes she's doing today. So
So
it's
if we
gonna be
did
like food
we did a
night
paprika
slash-
chicken
Yeah.
with,
Really
and that
good.
sauce, I'm telling you, that sauce is bomb diggity. Hashtag bomb diggity. You guys don't need to see me folding all these. Got to brine for days. And there's a safe way to brine your turkey and a not so safe way.
Yep.
I should
have a
I've got the whole
styrofoam
post.
Cooler.
Yeah,
We do a frozen turkey in a styrofoam cooler overnight, and then
perfect.
we rinse it, pat it dry. So my problem last year, my grill does not do temperature control well, and since I was solo and having a few beers, I didn't pay attention, so I was cooking at a higher temp than I should have been. So this year, Greg will come back and we'll tag team it. So also, I didn't soak my wood chips as long as I should have. 2 years ago when I did it, I soaked them like overnight.
Oh man, that's gonna be you're gonna have good grub. I like Thanksgiving.
Pretty good.
I really enjoy being able to.
I do
you know,
too. We're gonna like. Kelly's sister is more of a vegan vegetarian, so I'm actually gonna try to smoke a tofu for her as well.
Yeah,
I think that could be a lot of fun.
somebody has a recipe for smoked tofu. I'm trying to remember who. It wasn't a streamer.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember who did it, and it was on one of the a cooking show that I used to watch. Gosh, who was it? They did a whole smoke. They soak the tofu in like a savory brine. But I have to go back and look for that. If I can find that, I don't know if I saved that recipe or not. But if I can find that recipe, yeah, I'll send that over to you. Thank you, Shayna. That's the shirt that I'm wearing right now. Ho ho homicide. That is our theme for December: true crime. True crime, and we're going to be talking about some true crime food murders. Oh gosh, darn, I keep putting that. And we're going to recreate a couple of the last meals. I will say, going through and reading some of the true crimes and things on there, it puts you into a frame of mind. Like, none of the true crimes involve any crimes against children, because that was something I couldn't. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I had to be kind of selective. I mean, unfortunately, there's a lot to choose from. That's what the scary thing is. But so I am doing one high-profile killer, but everybody already knows all about him and the whole bit. Solar Flarex says, thank you, Fourth Room Brewing, for the sub.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay. I got to get some of this caramel sauce off my fingers because it's really starting to inhibit the... Oh, somebody's got a big burn pile out back. The property up in the hills there. Probably a slash pile. They were doing some trimming back up there. Slash pile is when they burn, when they go up and they log the land and they do it, and they have all the extra stuff, they burn the extra stuff, called slash piles. All right, 3 more of these. 3 more of these. Maybe I'll just roll all 3 of these out. That's what I think I'll do. That'd make a lot more sense. Don't get your fingers all gooey every single time.
So we're gonna add our wort chiller. That's the copper coil. Basically,
Okay.
a wort chiller is a heat transfer unit. Basically, we're going to run the tap water through the coil into the beer. And it's going to pick up the heat from the beer.
Oh, so it's like a
and transfer
tube, like a coiled tube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll run cold water through the beer and pull the heat and kind of take it back then down the drain. Like my goal for next summer, this has been like a 3-year dream. Streaming is to make it a condensed or self-contained system where I can just pull some water out, add more ice into the bucket, but add another fish pond pump, and have 2 wort chillers kind of pulling the water out of the beer, the heat out of the beer into a bucket, and melting the ice basically. So, but this will be this isn't as efficient, and it'll dump water kind of down the drain, but
So this is to cool it down quickly then for you.
yes, because since we've boiled it and kind of, we have all those microbes in the air, we're trying to kill as many of those as we can. We want to get it as cool as we can.
Oh, that's so
quickly
cool.
So we can add the yeast and not kill it, and keep all the nasties out that are in here.
Now, see, I never would have thought about that. I would have cooled it down like the way I cool down soup. So there's actually things called cooling wands, and you fill them with water and you put them in your freezer. And they're big and they're bulky. You can use 2-liter soda bottles or whatever and do the same type of thing. And you put that in there to cool it down. But I like the idea of circulating it like that by putting a coil in there like that and being able to cool it down. That's pretty slick. A lot more efficient.
More advanced systems where it's like a chiller coil, where basically that sits like on the counter. You're pulling cold water through it one way.
Uh-huh.
You're also pulling the beer the other way. And
Oh.
it's a plate chiller system, so it's supposed to be more effective than a wort chiller. But we used to do just ice water, like an ice water bath.
Uh-huh.
This is where the term like bathwater beer or bathtub beer comes from. Because
Oh my
people back
gosh.
in the day, they'd take their brew pot into the bathroom, put it in the tub, and let it cool down in the tub. So that's where people are, oh, you're making bathtub beer. Like, that's kind of where that term comes from.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Learn something new,
My
folks.
grandfather used to do some bathtub brewing and wine and stuff, and it wasn't good apparently.
Well, I've heard the term bathtub gin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So same,
Yeah.
probably like the same type of premise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brian's
technical
asking you if you're
difficulty.
gonna make a-
Oh,
Brian wants to
special
know if you're gonna make
Kool-Aid.
Special Kool-Aid. Oh.
Okay, so I did look into that one. He's talking about Jonestown, and
Yeah.
I've watched that whole miniseries too, which is a fascinating miniseries, by the way. The only reason why I didn't do that one, and I might touch on that a little bit, but not necessarily recreate it, was because of the children involved. We'll put that over here. Oh, I only got one more of these to do.
Oh, did you see
Goes to
this?
Bobby. Thank you so much for gifting that sub to technical difficulties. True crime. There's not really a true crime month. We came up with this in a just chatting stream when I was just chit chatting with everybody. I was trying to come up with something because I'm gone the last week and a half of December. I go down to Southern California to visit my folks and my sister and everything. And so I don't do like a lot of Christmas decorations. I did when my daughter was little, but she's in her 30s now. And so for me, it was like, but I love true crime. And this whole thing just exploded in chat with Ho Ho Homicide. B Squid is the one who came up with the name Ho Ho Homicide. Dade's the one who designed the logo. And we decided to run with it because so many of us are true crime aficionados that just really enjoy listening. My dad was a homicide detective, I think, for 12 years, I think it was. Dad, if you're still here, let me know. I got to get out that butter, but I know that's going to be warm. It's probably boiling in here. Oh yeah, it's actually simmering. That's all right.
Smells so malty and bready, and
Oh, I bet it smells so good over there right now, Dan.
it's good. This is why I like the brew days, because like the smell will linger. Like we're gonna go to family dinner, right? We're gonna finish, come back, and it's just gonna yep, we made beer today. It's gonna be good.
It's like, oh yeah, we enjoyed it. Okay, we're just gonna baste these a little bit in some butter because butter's gonna enhance the sweetness.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, butterbeer. Harry
I
Potter
need to do, like, a
butterbeer.
butterbeer. I've seen a few recipes. The problem with butter is the fat, right? Like you
Yeah.
can't have fat in beer because that kills the head. But I have a powdered butter that I might be able to play with and make it like a butterbeer.
little bit of cinnamon sugar.
All right, I'm gonna put that wort chiller in soon. So we put the wort chiller into the beer basically to sterilize it. It doesn't do anything. It's not gonna give any flavor. We wash it, but we put it in to sterilize it. The last like 10 to 15 minutes. Like you need to do minimum 10 minutes. I do a little longer just because it's gonna stop the boil here, and I'd rather have it at a boil the last 10 minutes. All right.
I can't wait to see this, go into be uncorked or.
It's gonna be good.
Do you use corks or do you use bottle caps?
So I use bottle. So I have some growlers, but I also have 12-ounce bottles. The growlers have the flip top lid. Let me grab one of the empty bottles here. They're the Grolsch top bottles, which we've learned with homebrew. And XPie learned because I gave him a couple of these. You have to oh snap! It's a raid.
Oh my gosh!
Chef Negan.
Chef Nagin coming in hot.
Hello, Raiders. Welcome.
Chef
Take a
Nagin
shot,
coming in
Chef.
hot.
Hi y'all. So we're talking about Grolsch tops, and these tops, if you don't when you pop them and hold them, the tops will fly off, and you might fire one off at your 16-year-old daughter, let's say.
What, are you talking from experience?
Maybe. She had to duck out of the way. She's like the Matrix. She was like Neo, So I have two types. I've got the bomber size and then the 12-ounce bottle. Chef, how was stream? Hello, Raiders. Welcome on in.
Oh, I'm telling you, Duna.
TV.
Yes.
We are hanging out with our friend Kanara. Give her a follow. Maybe give her a sub or 5. Get her,
Hi.
get her hype train. Let's go. We're making a nice red ale today. A smoky red ale.
Yes.
There's a label. Punch of smoke.
Oh, the smoky goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, guys, we have a link. If !collab, you can watch Dan and I side by side.
It's gone, Rex. It's been gone since the summer. How's it going, Rexy?
I love these gloves, Duna. The UV gloves. I recommend them to everybody because you have tactile movement when you're trying to hold something versus those mitts. Those mitts, I can't lift it. I mean, normally a lot of times I'll use, that's what your apron's also for, but this is a single, it's not thick enough. It's not quite thick enough. Thank you, Shayna.
This is my favorite of a mint, if you're a Star Trek
Let's
fan.
see yours.
Get it. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. I am a Trekkie. Thus my name. My name is my Klingon name.
I love it.
My name is my Klingon name. Okay, we're gonna check these in about 10 minutes and see how they look.
Okay.
We're gonna I'm gonna kind of tidy up here a bit.
Sounds good.
That's the other thing that a lot of people don't realize. Gamer streamers, they don't have to clean up after themselves after a stream.
Exactly. Yeah.
They don't have dish duty. I mean, look at the stuff that Dan's gonna have to clean out. Look at the size of these pots and cooking vessels that he's using. That's a lot of scrubbing. It's a lot of elbow grease.
We clean as we go, and then this is also why, Kanara, I clean at the start of stream and at the end, because at the end I tend to rush.
Yeah.
We we double check it like when we start.
So I tell people who are food and drink streamers, and I didn't do it this time, and I should have, but the morning thing I was like, what am I doing now? But I normally take my sink. I have like a big basin sink, and I'll take my sink and I fill it up with hot soapy water, especially Dawn liquid, because Dawn really breaks up grease. So then when I'm done with something, I just put it in the sink, and then at the end of stream, all I gotta do is take them out of the sink and stick them in the dishwasher, because everything just slides right off of it. Don't have to meal prep. How did you get your Klingon name? That's a good question, Duna. That happened back in the 1980s when I was cosplaying a Klingon, and we were actually a hired group to go to the Pasadena conventions down on Colorado Boulevard, and then we opened up the Hilton in Las Vegas, and I was looking at like the family tree lines and of the female family part of the name, the male portion of the name, and the whole bit, and it just happened. I'm Kanara, which is KEH apostrophe NARA, Zantai Maroch, and that's my full Klingon name. There it is. There it is.
I love it.
You have to join the Federation.
Are you a fan of the new Trek shows on Paramount Plus? Like
You know,
Picard
here's what's sad.
Discovery?
I signed up for the 1 week thing for Paramount, and it's like I was supposed to get like a 1 week free trial, and they charged my card for the entire month. And I'm like, wait a minute, I've never been here before. I thought I don't get charged until after the 1 month. I mean, until after the 1 week. So like on day 7, you get charged. Okay, I agree to those terms. That's fine. I just want to try it out, see if I liked it. I watched like the first 2 episodes of it. It was intriguing. I hear the second season's even better. And so they said, oh, well, just cancel your subscription. So I canceled it, and it even killed my 1 week premiere thing. And I'm like, what the heck? So it's like, okay. I don't subscribe to, I mean, I have Hulu, I have Netflix, Amazon Prime. I don't have Showtime or HBO or Cinemax or any of those.
We share with my brother-in-law. We kind of split the bill.
Yeah. They're changing how that works, by the way. Netflix is already testing it.
Yeah.
And it's going to make it to where you can't share unless the person's in the same, sorry about that, in the same area you are. Like my daughter has access to ours, and she lives down in Southern California. But they're looking to change that to where the account holder, where I live in Oregon. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, what if I'm traveling? Are you not going to let me watch my own account if I'm traveling in my trailer and I'm visiting all these people in different states? Are you going to block me out of my account? So I'm like, no. Don't be messing with my account. Don't be messing with that color's really coming out pretty.
It's a nice color. So if we it's a darker, look at that. It's a nice amber there. That's gonna be good. So we're almost to 2 gallons, which is about what we want to transfer. We'll have like 2 1/10 gallon, so we'll get most of it into our fermenter bucket here.
That is so cool.
In 11 minutes, we'll cool it down.
Rexus, hello.
Rexy.
Yellowstone. Anne, I need to ask you about Yellowstone. There's certain things on TV that we will not watch. I have an absolute hard line on some things, and I heard that in Yellowstone, and without giving away the plot, because I don't want to give away the plots to anybody on here, but somebody made the comment then in Yellowstone that there is a violent rape scene in like the first season of Yellowstone. And I don't condone them showing that kind of stuff on TV. They don't need to. They can imply what happened, but they don't need to do it.
There's violence. It's more implied that, but there is a lot of heavy violence.
And the violence I can get, it's just that there's been movies where they actually show, and I'm like, nope. I will turn off. I will get up and walk out of a theater. I'm so grateful for being able to look at reviews and stuff now, because you can find out without ruining the show for yourself by going in and looking at like the parental things and stuff.
There's also like a website like when to take.
Hey, DJs, hi.
For those that have like small bladders and need to take bathroom breaks, like when's the best time to take a bathroom break? And
that's smart.
It's great. Like we went to see Endgame. Avengers Endgame with the girls.
Yeah, Sarah.
And I'm like, all right, so Kelly, at this point, this is where I'm going to take the 12-year-old to the bathroom because this is the best shot we have.
That's brilliant. Whoever came up with that was brilliant.
It's amazing. Like whoever thought of it is great. Like I would have never thought of that, but that's a genius thing.
And thank you, Anne. Yeah. I mean, I am happy. It's funny when I watch movies now where if you watch a horse being felled, which means they're making the horse trip, you know that's not done. It's not filmed in the United States because the United States banned that. They don't allow you to fall horses anymore, type thing. So the app will tell you what the dialogue and plot points. Yes, I love being able to look things up and review them ahead of time. Or if it's something like where children are being abused, I can't. Right. There's just certain things that no, I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah. I can't do it, Captain.
I cannot do it.
So I forget my track.
Simon Pegg as Scotty makes me happy.
Who?
He plays a young Scotty well. Simon Pegg, who plays young Scotty in the new Star Trek.
Oh yes.
Wasn't
it really sad though about when they did the new Star Trek, not the Next Generation, but the new movies where they redid the movies, and it's like when Kirk and all them were younger, and the gentleman who played Chekhov. How he died was so sad.
That's part of the reason they're their weight, like it's contract disputes, but also how they're going to handle that with him passing away. Like, how do we do
Oh.
a fourth movie with no Chekhov? Do we recast? What do we do?
Yeah.
Um,
That was just
the
tragic.
funny part, like Carl Urban, the guy that plays McCoy, and Zachary Quinto, who
Miami.
plays Spock, he couldn't. Zachary could not do the Vulcan greetings. They had to super glue his fingers together for those scenes
Oh, really?
because he couldn't do it.
That's funny. So,
And I get mad,